presentation. I was ecstatic about it. I've always tried to think about ways that I could give back to all the staff and nurses that helped really save my life. And so when she asked me to do this, I said yes immediately. And so when she asked me if I wanted to put together the presentation or have them do it, I want to do it myself, so I can make sure that I get across the story that I know, because obviously I had a pretty bad traumatic brain injury, so my memory was a little bit fuzzy, but I've learned a lot about what took place in the hospital from my parents, from my doctors, from my mom's Caring Bridge blog, which was great, kept everybody that I know up to date with my progress, and she used to write a journal. So I just decided to put together some slides that shows the timeline of when I was first in the accident, first in the hospital, and up until now, just to show you all the progress that I've made since leaving the hospital. I think that's something that a lot of emergency room staff doesn't get to see. You see your patients when they're in the hospital, you do all that work for them. I'm sure you get some kind of attachment to them, but then they just move on. They just move on with their lives, hopefully when they're better. And a lot of times you don't see them. The work that you do is, you just do it because you do it. You want to help that person. You don't do it for any other personal reason. You just do it because you need to do it. So the way I wanted to go about this presentation was just, again, go through a slideshow of pictures of my recovery from the day I was in Duke up until now. So this next picture, so these were my early days at Duke. As you can see, I was in, I had a lot of tubes connected to me, obviously, because she said how injured I was. And this, as you can see, is what I looked like then, and this is what I look like now. So what they did for me has made such a difference in my life. Look how far I've come since then. And they've got the therapy dog. I don't know if they mentioned, but I love dogs. So that really cheered me up. I love Goldens. Wish I could have a Golden, but I rescued one. It's cheaper. So this next picture here is, again, same thing, just me in the hospital. I think this was a few weeks after, so I was starting to get better. You can sort of tell that I'm actually knowledgeable. I can tell what's going on, at least. I don't have sort of that glass look on my face, and they've got another dog with me. You can see my dad there. You can see I'm excited about the dog, and attention to the dog. So stuff like that really cheers up patients and makes a difference in their stay. So the next thing, so you can start to see the progress that I made as I left the hospital, as I moved on with my life. And again, that's the thing that you guys don't really get to see once they leave. You don't really get to hear about the progress that they make or see it. And so, I think that would be, and this is something to add a little bit more motivation to what you guys do. Make sure you understand what you do really matters. It matters to those people that are in the emergency rooms and who you take care of. So this was when I was back in rehab. This was Duke rehab, so I did Duke as well. And this is when I was first learning how to walk. As you can see, I have my wheelchair there. Pretty thin. I had lost a lot of weight, as you could imagine. When I was in the hospital, I used to be 175 pounds when I got into the accident. Probably about 90, 95 when I was at my lowest point in the hospital. So at this point, I was probably like 110 or something. You can just look how skinny my leg is. But this was a big moment for me. Just being able to stand again was incredible. It was, being in a wheelchair, especially after I was a really active person growing up. I played baseball, played basketball, played football, hockey. I played really active, loved playing golf. My dad and I used to go to Ireland to play golf all the time. So that part was a little hard for me, you know, as you could imagine, having, you know, learning that you only have one leg now. You know, you think about the activities and recreation that you like to do, what makes you happy in life, and obviously it's going to be difficult to do. So it's a tough emotional thing to get through. So when I finally got to stand up, get out of that wheelchair, was a really amazing moment. So that's why I really want to show these pictures and share them with you, because this is a point where your work started to really make a difference in my life. So this next picture, this is another picture of me standing. This one is cool because I'm starting to get some strength in my left leg. As you can see here, I do not have my prosthetic on. I'm actually with my two physical therapy nurses, just trying to strengthen my leg and just stand on one of it. We actually were at the UNC basketball close practice, and so they said every 5 minutes or something I had to stand up, and every whistle I had to stand up and stand on my leg for like 15, 20 seconds to do my physical therapy for the day. So, but that was really cool. I don't know what she said, but I'm a UNC undergrad graduate. I'm a huge Tar Heel basketball fan. They're playing right now, so hopefully they're winning. I know it's the second half. So when she told me the time I was winning, they are winning? All right. Oh, wow. All right. Well, they got that. I was, when she told me the time, I checked the schedule right away. I was like, oh my God. Can't they change my presentation? I don't know if she mentioned, but my prosthetic leg, actually, when they asked me about, the design, what do I want to make it? And so actually, my prosthetic leg, the top part, is UNC. It's UNC blue. I got 6-time national champs down the back. Unfortunately, I didn't get to edit it. We had a tough loss last year. But then I actually got Roy Williams' signature on the knee, the NC on the front. It's all Carolina blue. So really cool. Love that part. But as you can see, once I got out of the hospital and all the work that people like you do, how happy I am, how I was able to overcome challenges that I had to face. And those challenges at the time when you guys were doing work on me, I couldn't have affected my knee. There's nothing I could do to help myself. You guys had to help me. Work that you guys do really impacts people's lives. So this next picture I've got here, again, learning how to walk. This is actually at Duke's Lennox Baker, I believe, when I did outpatient therapy. Again, you can see I've got Carolina on. And you can see my leg there a little bit. You can see the blue there. So, they asked me like, well, Duke saved your life. And I'm like, the problem really runs deeper than that. But to give me back a little bit, I've got a little Duke's small symbol there at the bottom. They didn't ask me about that until they did it. So as you can see here, though, as I got better, I started to just get on with my life. But again, you don't get to see this. And so to continue here, this is a picture so I guess I was in Wake Med after this. So again, I was at Duke, and the people at Duke, like I said, I just moved on from them. They were on to the next patient that they had to save. And so this is a difference that they made. These people, heard about my accident, and I've known these people since I was 4. Spent every day with them, every summer of my life. So they couldn't imagine, they couldn't believe that I was dying. And this was a picture the first time I got to see them all. They all flew down. I think this was October, so this was a while after the accident, but my dad took us all Dave and Buster's, so that was fun. I got to, they wheeled me around so I could play the games and everything. So that was great. You can see the joy on their faces. And, you know, like I said, that's the joy that I bring to not only the people's family, the patients, but all the people that know the patient. So this picture, this is actually the first Thanksgiving after my picture, or my injury. So I guess this would be, I gotta count my hand here, August, September, October, November. So almost 5 months, about 4.5. This is actually, you know, I think she might have mentioned, you know, I work for Lenovo and how amazing they were. They've been up until this point. This is actually our, senior VP of Inside Sales at Lenovo, the guy on the left, and he was amazing. Started blood drives at Lenovo and everything in my honor. He used to come visit me at the hospital all the time. We got the CEO, he told him in Beijing about the accident. So I got a letter from him about 8 days after the accident, and just saying my job would be waiting for me when I got back. They showed the confidence in me to recover. So that makes a huge difference in patients like this. Their mentality and attitude is critical because they face so much work in front of them to get back to their lives, and if they get down or depressed about what happened to them, they're not gonna be able to do that. They gotta have some motivation, so they provided that motivation. All I had to do was get healthy, thanks to all you, everything that you were able to do, and I just needed to do what I was able to do, and just work hard. Once I got out of the hospital, my dad and I started going to the gym every day. That was the first thing I wanted to do. I used to love to work out. So fortunately there was a Planet Fitness right near our apartment. So once I got out of the hospital, I told my dad to sign us up, and we used to go every day after I would do my physical therapy over here at Lennox Baker. I get some motivations, of course. I had to get my workout, pre-workout milk, healthy protein, get my carbohydrates with the bow rounds, love my bow rounds. So then we go at noon and we work out every day, and I loved it. That really helped me a ton. When I first started, you can see I've got the walker, or actually that's the next slide, but I was in a walker at first. I was really just learning how to walk again. So he would come to me and get the weights for me. And so I'd stand in there, do the bicep curls with the walker right there, and make sure I wasn't gonna fall. And that helped a ton, because I'm sure all of you know that working out stimulates a lot of other things. It helps people's mindset and mood and attitude as well. So that really helped me get out of the house, get out and do stuff that was normal, do stuff that I used to do, show me that I'm able to get back to what I used to do, instead of just going back to the apartment and laying in bed all day. And that also just helped me build muscle, helped my left foot get better actually. And I had an AFO for a while because I couldn't move my left foot from the nerve damage. And after a while, after working out, all of a sudden it came back. So I don't have to use that anymore. But to go to the next slide, like I said, Lenovo was huge. So this is the first Christmas party We have annual Christmas parties at work. And so Scott thought it'd be a good idea. This was the first one since my accident. He thought it'd be a good idea to surprise everybody with me coming there. You know, most people hadn't seen me. Most people really didn't know me either because I was just came fresh out of college. They only had heard my story. So Scott brought us in the back room there and surprised everybody. And I came limping out with my walker, and then she made a little speech with my parents to everybody, and they were ecstatic. They actually made me this really cool blanket. I'm a huge Yankees fan, and so they made like this quilt, this awesome quilt, and everybody signed it with these good luck wishes and stuff. So I've had that hanging over the back of my bed ever since. So moving on. So like I said, working out. Me and my dad joined Planet Fitness, and this just made a huge difference in my recovery. As you can see here, I've got my walker right in front of me, so I don't lose my balance, and I've got my prosthetic leg with my UNC sock on, and I'm there doing some bicep curls in the mirror, doing what I like to do, getting healthy again, getting back to what I used to do. So this slide is actually an American Red Cross video I did for Lenovo a few months ago. Obviously, the American Red Cross was instrumental in my recovery with all the blood they raised. Lenovo ran a blood drive in my honor a few weeks after the accident. So they raised a lot of blood. They do it all the time. Again, can't say enough about this company, about Lenovo. And so, of course, when they wanted to, November is our month of giving back at Lenovo. So they asked me to do this video. It was really cool, about a 10-minute video. It was great. I mean, I just did it in one shot like I'm doing right now. I just got up and talked about what happened to me. So this next picture, it's what happened to me and, the work that everybody here does. Really changed my outlook on life. I was not much of a volunteer person before the accident, I'll be honest. I was always the kind of person like, what's that can make a difference, what the little work I do. But now I love to do it. We do a lot again through Lenovo. So here you can see a picture of me and my team volunteering at the North Carolina Special Olympics, setting up at North Carolina Central, and you can see I've got the new leg that I've got now, the C leg, which is an amazing leg. It's like having a real leg. Totally changed. It's a life changer. So that was a great event. And again, like I said, we volunteer all the time. So here was another thing. Probably about a month or two back, we volunteered at the food bank over in Raleigh. Just sorting through products and stuff and getting them out to the people who need them. And so this next slide, yeah, I had to do it. I thought about not doing it, but my allegiance is too deep. They pumped me with all that those red blood cells, but they turned blue. So, yes, me and my dad, what was that? This past weekend, we got to go to the UNC Duke game, and those were our seats. And again, like I said, the UNC's, their disability policy is awesome. So it's 2 decks, if you've never been there. No matter where your seat is, and if you tell them I'm handicapped, they give you a headed seat right behind the last row of the lower deck. So my little scheme here that I've come up with is I buy the cheapest ticket I can off StubHub, and then I just go and tell the guy I'm handicapped. Let's be in the lower decks. You gotta get something. So it's great. I've gone to almost every game this season. I love going to Carolina basketball games. I sort of have to. I've got like all my friends asking me about going to the games, so I have to like delegate who gets to go to which games. But this was our seats at Duke. It was amazing. It was a great game for us. Yeah, I wanted to change it to spell Duke D-O-O-K. I wasn't going to do that. So, my last slide here is just want to talk about what my future is, what I want to go on to do. It's the reason I want, so obviously I work with sales now, and back in the fall, I sort of thought about it, thought about what I was doing, had a little introspection, and I thought about what everybody did here, what you do makes a real impact in people's lives, like mine. What I do, selling computers, doesn't do anything, doesn't really help anybody. It just helps the shareholders make money and helps me make money. I mean, that's it. So, I thought, all right, I got to do something to pay back, to society what I got. So I thought about it. Because of my disability, I can't be a cop like my dad was. Can't be in the Army like my dad was. So all these physical things that you could do, I couldn't do. Can't be a doctor because I'm terrible at science. And I didn't study science. That would take me a lot of debt. So I decided to pursue law. Again, this is what my dad did. I've always found it interesting. I've always understood, the intricacies of law. And so hopefully I'm going to go to UNC School of Law. Fall 2018, I got to do another year of sales, unfortunately, to get some more money to pay off those debts. So that's my plan, and my inspiration comes from all you people. And what I plan to do is, my dad, again, same thing that he did. He did personal injury to begin his career for a while, and in something like that, he's helping the people who are injured in accidents like me, helping them make sure they get the health care they need, make sure they get the restitution for their injuries and everything, make sure, somebody like me, if I, had it recover mentally and I didn't have the support that I had from my parents and all my friends, how would I go out and get a job? How would I find work and be able to support myself financially? I obviously couldn't do anything physical, and if Lenovo didn't say, keep my job, I would have had to go out and get another job. Who's going to hire somebody who technically has a traumatic brain injury? So trying to get a white collar job like that would have been almost impossible. So that's what I hope to do with my law career, is make an impact on society and pay back society. So that's really all I have today. I put this together, again, like I said, I was going to write something, and I just decided I don't really need to write something. This is not like putting together a presentation for work or school or something. I just need to get up here and talk about what happened to me. So again, I want to thank all the staff at Duke here and everything they did, and thank you all for coming here, everything that you guys do, learning how to do your jobs better, and I guess that's it. That's all I have. So thank you.
Day for us, but I would just like to say a few words. Brendan has a TBI, but obviously his personality never changed. Thank God. Actually, I think he's even funnier than he was before. It's been a long journey, and it's still an ongoing journey, but I am so grateful that they took him to Duke University. And I don't know if any of his doctors are here, I don't recognize them, I know they're very busy, but I just want to thank them for giving Brendan the chance to fight for his life, which he did. And thank God, I believe in miracles and faith, and I just want to also thank all his doctors and all his wonderful nurses. I see you impressed, I'm sorry. Thank you. These nurses were fabulous, not just with Brendan, but with the whole family, and putting up with me being there all the time. So thank you, and I'm so glad that you chose the field, the profession that you did. You're all angels on earth. Thank you.
Well, after that, it's hard to say anything. As Brendan said, I was a police officer before I practiced law, and for 22 years, retired 20 years ago. And that's why I asked Carolyn what the response time was. And I don't know how the first responders at the scene kept him alive for 20 minutes. I mean, I've done thousands of motor vehicle accidents as a supervisor and as a police officer. I don't know how they did it. And then the ambulance people, the paramedics, whatever they did to keep him going, to get him to your emergency room, that's another 20 minutes. I mean, it was almost 45 minutes from the time of the accident until he arrived at the emergency room. And with his catastrophic injuries, it's an act of God. I mean, I don't see any other way to describe it. So, thank you very much to the first responders, to the ambulance people, to the emergency room people, to everyone, because he's a miracle. Thank you.
Based on the agenda, it's time for our afternoon break. So we'll break for 20 minutes and come back, and then we'll have our last two presentations for the day.